Hi. I would just like to say that this isn't what was supposed to happen, but just think of the way I post as like a bunch of different videos at once so you can watch them all together and don't have to wait for the next upload. Um, it's like 3 in the morning. um, yeah, I made this. Anyway, so Ubisoft has decided to move their game up. I thought I had an extra week to get all of my books read. I did not. So there's going to be a flurry of videos that are posted today. The Assassin's Creed video is coming out tomorrow, and I'm going to start tomorrow, as in Wednesday. And Wednesday night, I'm going to start playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. So, yeah. Um, anyway, let's just get started. These are also my bookshelves. I've got a new bookshelf here, so that's why there's like an empty space over here. I've been rearranging. That's why I'm also down here. Um, Book of Irene. That was the first book that I read. I'm also sitting next to the books to read next in this book series or this book. I don't know. It's one novel, but I've been reading them all as separate novels. Um, it's 1886, and now the family is in Wales. Um, Yeah, I don't remember a lot about this one, unlike the other two, because I think Irene kind of just got on my nerves. I also don't understand why we're still hunting witches when it's 1886. I like double checked and like the witch craze stopped in like the same century that it started in. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but these books are all very short. Irene, for a person who is acutely aware of her mother's struggle, is very ungrateful. And I don't mean in the sense that, like, how, remember, baby boomers and age boomers a mindset. I don't mean in the sense of how boomers will look at their children and be like, oh, you're so ungrateful. I mean, like, a spoiled child who doesn't understand what their parents sacrificed for them and is just being deliberately hateful. Yeah. Um, Irene ends up casting a spell for a better life, and we all know how that's gonna go. it doesn't. It doesn't go well. I checked ahead, and I think Irene's husband kills her. So, um, yeah. Irene's ungrateful for the magic. She doesn't use it properly. Um, it's kind of like Paige before she and Piper really started getting along, and yeah, magic's got rules. I have my hood up because I took my hair out yesterday. In case anybody doesn't recognize this, this is a red panda onesie. Um, it's cold in here. Yeah. I read The Silver Chair next, which is the second to last Narnia book. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm giving away the Narnia books because those books are absolutely ridiculous at this point. Like, it was cool at first, and I guess it's because I was familiar with the movies that I like them, but now I like that that's not necessarily an excuse though because I like The Horse and His Boy, A Horse and His Boy and The Magician's Nephew. Those two don't have movies and I liked those books. By the time I got to The Silver Chair, I was just like what is happening here? Um like Eustace is there. His cousins aren't obviously. And I guess this is what they were going to base the next movie on had there been another movie. If you've ever seen Voyage of the Dawn Treader, I'm going to try and get through these videos. If you've ever seen Voyage of the Dawn Treader, then you'll know that at the end of it, like, Eustace is like, what about me? And Aslan's like, Narnia may have use of you yet. And there was supposed to be another movie. If you Google it, it like comes up, but no, it never happened. Um, I don't care because the book ended up feeling really bloated to me, and the whimsy is just totally gone. And I checked ahead for the last battle. Someone told me that it was the revelation. It was a metaphor for because the author C.S. Lewis, I believe, was incredibly Christian, which is fine. Like I like the Conlon Cassette books, but like I don't know. I guess those books just have a higher level of seriousness to them. Um, yeah. So the whole series is a metaphor for God. Like Aslan is God. He creates Narnia and the magician's nephew. Um, yeah. Every child who was once in Narnia in the plot, except for Susan, because she doesn't believe anymore, I guess, is brought back to Narnia. Narnia is also destroyed, and like the implication being that Susan, who I guess is now a non believer, or maybe she's just like not worthy or something, Susan gets left behind on Earth and she's with her parents, and her brothers are dead, her sister is dead, and her cousin is also dead. And we're all just supposed to be okay with that. It's like a punishment or something. Okay, C.S. Lewis. um, like that's just weird. Like this is that's got very little to do with the God thing, because I don't want to talk about that. Like I know it's a huge part of the story, but I really don't want to talk about that. It's the fact that Susan is deemed unworthy for whatever reason. Maybe if I had actually read it, then I would understand. But I wasn't gonna sit through the last battle. I could barely get through the silver chair. Um, like if that happened in in any other context, like any other fantasy story, I would still be just as upset. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Um, yeah, like there's a fan fiction in there somewhere where Susan is like bitter about it, but what can she do? That wasn't the perception I got from the movies, by the way. I don't know. I like those first two movies. The third one I can leave or take. Um, Skeleton Creek, The Phantom Room. Can I move this so I can sit back a little bit maybe? Probably not. Um, but Skeleton Creek, the Phantom Room is right up here. You're not going to be able to see it, but where the fox is, like, not its tail, because that's Alice in Wonderland, but like over here, this book right here between Skeleton Creek and between the omnibus and Alice in Wonderland, that skinny little thing is the Phantom Room. It's the last book in the series. I will not watch any of those videos. Like they're still being posted. I think the website is still active. I'm pretty sure I checked, and the website is still active because that book came out in like 2016 or something like that. I will not read those. I will not watch those videos. If I have to go outside of your content in order to understand the entire story, that's just not fair to me. I don't really care that it's free. I'm not doing that. That's like having to leave a video game in order to understand the story fully, like some companies. But yeah, I'm not doing that. Um, this book also isn't written like a journal, not really, and I kind of dislike that. Um, yeah, Fitz, Ryan, and Sarah are the Crossbones now. Sarah's apparently moves back to Skeleton Creek, which is ridiculous. They're gonna try and find out what the old Crossbones were protecting. This town must exist over a friggin' Lazarus pit. Lazarus pit. I swear to God, this place is just completely cursed. Everyone should move away. Like, what is happening? There are also no chapters. There are just sections, and there are no dates. And also, if the author, I believe his name is Patrick Carmen, yeah, if he wanted me to watch the videos, he wouldn't describe what was in the videos afterwards. Like, I'm not watching those videos. Um, yeah, they're investigating a ghost, and there's something about Fitz's mom. I, I don't know. The dedication to their friendship is nice. I still think everybody needs to move out of this town. Um, the mystery has something to do with the cemetery and its owner. Yeah, there are a lot of videos in this one. The cemetery owner is also dead. Apparently, he was trying to make golems, but his device required a trade, so he died. And Fitz's mom came back as a ghost. Um, yeah, so they got to put the ghosts back in the room or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it, but like the omnibus was fun. At least the first three books were. The first three books in that omnibus were fun. This is just bloat, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as I hate some of these other books. Sarah's still a bad friend. She reads like paparazzi, and I don't like paparazzi. Paparazzi sucks. So I am very tired, but I swear to G, I'm gonna try and get all of these done tonight.